Hello, YouTube! You fabulous humans that have been following along with this playthrough. I appreciate you making it all the way to part 7. If you've been binging this, hello again. If you've been waiting for the next episode to come out patiently, thank you for your patience. I appreciate all of you being here so much, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to explore the world of Ferelden with me. It really means a lot. As always, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. There's a huge chunk of you that watch my videos that aren't subscribed. Why you gotta be like that, man? Subscribe to the channel, please. If you don't want notifications, just turn them off. But you have no idea how helpful it is to subscribe to the channel. I want as many eyeballs as possible on these videos so that more people can learn. In the same way that I'm hoping that you have been as you've made it through this, these videos this far. As always, follow me in on all the links in the description. And come hang out with us on Twitch sometime, 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. I know I have the shittiest hours in the world. I would love it if you had some shitty hours with us, but I get it if you don't. Regardless, I love you. Thank you for watching. Okay. Also, YouTube, I have a new setup for my stream today, so if I keep cutting my head off on the screen because I'm not aware of my camera, just bear with me tonight. I'll get it figured out eventually. I do think that Morrigan's lack of social tact is in part due to her upbringing. Yes, Sean. It is certainly a partial explanation. Now, I am going to be very curious to see what this castle has in store for us. I love the art design of this game, and it makes me want to explore every nook and cranny. Alright, in we go. Arleeman, where are you, buddy?
So these are our visitors? The ones you told me about, Mother?
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers? The ones I sent to reclaim my village?
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is an elf, Connor. You've seen elves before. We have them here in the castle.
Oh, I remember. I had their ears cut off and fed to the dogs. The dogs chewed for hours. Shall I send it to the kennels, Mother?
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
Oh. Boy. I don't know that I can promise that. This kid's possessed by a demon. And the only way that we can do anything with the demon is to potentially hurt your son. Look, man, I gotta go greater good here. I don't... Ugh. Because if his... Here's what's happening. Isolde is like, don't hurt my baby boy. Even though he's possessed by a demon. And because he's possessed by a demon, there's rips that are letting all these people come out that are totally just wreaking havoc on the village. Like, people have died. Potentially because she's hoarding him. I don't know if that's what she's doing. I need more information here. I can't promise I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to try to start small and go, what did you do with Bantegan here? And let's see if I can get more information from her.
Here I am. Here am I.
I like him better this way. No more yelling. Now he amuses me.
Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Demon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
And made a deal with the demon to do so? Foolish child.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody.
Quiet, Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This man will have the audience he seeks. Tell us, what have you come here for?
Oh, wow. We're going to go back to Morgan real quick. Because, again, these playthroughs are for education. Morgan is completely off base blaming the kid for this. When she says foolish child, she could not be more wrong. This demon knew exactly what it was doing, and it was doing something a lot of humans do too, which is take advantage of childhood innocence. All this kid wanted was for his dad to feel better. All this kid wants is for his poisoned father to be available to him again. Kids do not possess the cognitive capacity to see the broader implications of the decisions they make. They literally don't have the brain development in a position to do that yet. This demon knew that. So it wedges its way in by basically speaking in very nice black and white terms. Probably was very kind to Connor. Said, hey man, I can get your dad back. You just got to give me a little bit of wiggle room to take over your body so I can be here. I can get rid of your dad's sickness. No problem. And if he allied himself with Connor long enough, Connor's going to trust him. Because Connor has a very simplistic way of viewing things as cause and effect that's very linear. So Morgan blaming the child for this is not correct. And I also empathize with Isolde when she says Connor doesn't know what he was doing. There's a reason that we make adults accountable for children. Because children don't possess the developmental knowledge for the stuff that they try to do. So you have to be very careful with the way in which your kids interface with adults as the reason, and demons in this case, because of this. Kids will make really dumb decisions because they trust adults who take advantage of them. Now this makes this incredibly dicey because now the demon's in there. So we have to deal with the demon. It's a known quantity. I have no idea to what extent we can actually spare Connor in this process because despite the fact that it wasn't necessarily his fault that this terrible, horrible thing happened, he is going to unfortunately bear some consequence for it, which is really unfortunate. It's kind of like a double slap in the face here. Alright, so let's keep things civil. So we're dealing with a demon here. We're not dealing with a child. Let's keep things civil. This man will have the audience he seeks. Tell us, what have you come here for? I came here, I'm going to keep it vague. Because if I keep it vague, it keeps him a little bit off kilter. And I think that's good from a power and control standpoint. If I let on immediately what I'm doing, that's not very helpful. So I came here to help if I could. Because now I get to let him fill in the gaps of what that help might actually mean. Could be helpful, could be hurtful. We'll see.
To help me? To help Father? To help yourself? Which?
I think I'm gonna say Dad. Because I think that will appeal to whatever part of the kid is left in there. Potentially. Help the Arl, of course.
So you're a concerned well-wisher. Why didn't you say that in the first place? All the sneaking around and killing is so unnecessary. But Father is so very ill. We really shouldn't disturb him. Isn't that right, Mother?
I don't think...
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This man spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village, and now he'll repay me.
Oh boy.
Ah! Let's wipe him out quick!
Oh boy. I gotta fight Van Tegan too? Oh man. Oh man.
It's your time to die!
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad. Oh my god. Spence, thank you for the 8 months. Oh, lordy.
Why is it always me that has to bleed? I think we work well together.
Tegan. Oh, Tegan. Are you all right?
I am better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. The fool I am. Please. Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
I don't know how this ends happily. I've got to be honest with her. You have to be. I will try my best, but you got to be prepared for me to do what I got to do here. I'm not. It's a waste of my time to get mad at her right now. There's no use for that. It's not going to actually help anything. Right now, I got to focus on getting this demon out of here. So I don't know that there's a happy ending to this. I'm sorry.
Clearly the child is an abomination. There is only one way to stop it.
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please, I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the mage to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
This is the ultimate parental both and here that I'm about to say, okay? I'm sure any parent watching this video right now can empathize with Isolde. Right? Like your kid's in a bind. They have a certain skill or a certain thing that could get them taken away from you. You want to protect them. Most good parents, that is their prime directive. They want to protect their children. I can totally understand that. Also, the both and of this is that sometimes parents, in their efforts to protect their kids, overdo it and cause a lot of harm. Sometimes parents can get so myopic in their protection of their children that they completely forget about development. They completely forget about widespread implications of what it is that they're doing, and they can actually cause problems for people, themselves and others outside of the system, and can sometimes wreak havoc in outside systems as a result of that. This is a obviously hugely exaggerated thing with like demons coming out into the world, but if you're a parent, it's okay to want to protect your kids. You should absolutely do that as best you can. You also have to be the adult. You have to be the one that keeps that in context. The one that also recognizes the wider spread consequences of some of the decisions you make as a parent in the efforts to protect your child. And you have to ask yourself, am I doing too much? And in Isolde's case right now, in her effort to protect her child, she's doing too much. This is like the parental panic attack, where it's a series of compensations that are just leading to all sorts of problems here. So I can empathize with her struggle, and also she's accountable for some of these decisions she's made. Oh, man. What are our options?
I wouldn't normally suggest slaying a child, but he's an abomination. I'm not sure there's any choice.
No? What about the mage? He could know something of this demon? If he still lives, we could speak to him.
Stealth blade at this point. I only do that if people are willing to pay for it. So if you have a budget and you're interested in paying me for that service, you can send me a DM on Discord. Otherwise, unfortunately, I have to pass. I'm just too busy. Let's see. He's down in the dungeon, still advised. He's still alive. I don't know if we can trust him though.
Then we should bring him here immediately. I do not know how much we can trust him. But we must find out what he knows. Tegan, could you find him?
I will try. Though if he resists, I will not hesitate to kill him. I'll return shortly.
Oh, good thing we left him in the cell.
You're lucky to be alive, John. After all you've done.
I didn't summon any demon, Lady Isolde. But I did poison the owl, and that started all this. I'm willing to help if you'll let me. The demon in Connor needs to be destroyed. Killing Connor is the easiest way to do that, certainly. But there is another way. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade, without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt, and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages. But I have blood magic.
What difference does that make?
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual, but I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So, someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
I don't like... Oh, man. We kill Connor, guaranteed dunzo. We kill somebody else in order for them to go into the Fade on the off chance that they separate the demon from Connor, and then if it doesn't work, I have to kill Connor anyway, and now we're down 2 people. I'm going to say something here that's probably not very popular, but if I have the choice between sacrificing a child and an adult, I'm usually going to choose the child. Because the child is really only a symbol of possibilities, whereas an adult is somebody who is a known quantity and potential contributor to the wider issues. I realize that's not a very, like, people don't like when I say that, but, like, ultimately here, I'm gonna kill the kid. I'm not gonna risk killing an adult here when we don't know for sure that it's gonna work. I'm just not. Someone's gonna die either way.
Indeed. Either my son or the sacrifice. Let it be me then. I will give my life for his.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? 2 wrongs don't make a right.
It does seem like a sensible choice, with a willing participant.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
It's up to you, my friend. You know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
Oh my god. Druids, thank you for the raid. Oh, okay, so best option for sacrifice is her. 100%. Cool. I'm down. Fine. You want to do it? Okay. But Ban Tegan just brought up what my next point was going to be, which is that I still have to send one of my people in. I know it's a video game. I know that if I send somebody in there, they have plot armor and all sorts of shit, right? But, like, if this is a real decision that I gotta make here... Okay, so Isolde's gonna die. I don't know that I can trust the Blood Mage in the first place. Maybe the Blood Mage is full of shit. And I have to send a mage into the Fade, which means I have to send Morgan. So I run the risk of losing Isolde, Morgan, and Connor if this doesn't work. Like, this is not an easy decision. Like, I don't know that this is worth the risk. And when we know for sure that if I kill Connor, we're good. Oh. There's got to be another way to get into the Fade.
You can find Lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
Not far from here.
That is an excellent point. One of the treaties is also for the Circle of Magi, after all.
The tower is about a day's journey across the lake. You could attempt to get the mage's help.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
Oh. I don't know. See, oh my god. See, because what's so hard about this, sure, we have a treaty, Alistair, but we're also at war. So, like, I don't know what the mages are going to say. There's too many unknown variables here. You work with known variables, chat. I preach this in every playthrough I ever do, is that you work with known variables. You minimize as many unknown variables as you can. I travel a day to the Circle of the Magi and they say, right here, buddy. Then it's all for naught. And Connor goes nuts in the meantime, runs off into the forest, and unleashes hell on hell. I just can't. Nope, I can't take that risk.
Still, we must make a decision.
I'm not sure the risk is worth it.
Save my son and you will be rewarded. That I promise. His life is worth more to me than anything, even my own.
You can't keep your promise if you're dead, my lady. I mean, it's true. I know what we must do.
My son awaits your decision. Make it quickly.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I've got to take your kid down. There's bigger, the dark spawner coming. I got bigger things I gotta do. There's too many unknown variables. We know if we kill him, it's gonna get rid of the demon. You are gonna be miserable, and you're gonna hate me for it, and I get it, but you're putting the decision on me. I gotta make the hard decision. I'm making it here.
Please, don't. It isn't his fault.
I know.
He just tried to help his father. Why must he pay with his life?
Do not make this any harder than it is, Isolde. He has made his decision.
Who says he gets to decide? I'm Connor's mother. I'm the Arlessa.
This is what must be done.
No! No! I won't let you do this. It isn't right. It isn't right.
It must be done. The cancer must be cut out.
Go and do this quickly. We must save Eamon and restore the castle. I will make Isolde understand.
Eamon's gonna be pissed too, but maybe he'll get it. I understand. I get it. I don't even know that I can trust this guy. I can't go with too many unknowns here. I just can't. It's hard, man. This is not easy. I have to get rid of the demon. Oh boy. This thing, he's I think he probably possessed all these. Oh man, this is wild.
More of these. Well, all right.
Taking her son, and I'm gonna take her stuff too, apparently.
All right.
And I feel bad for these guards. Alistair's mother's amulet? Whoa! Alistair.
What do you need?
Never mind. We got other shit we gotta do first. Is there a way to turn the combat noise down? Yeah, it is a little bit louder, isn't it? Sound effects volume? Yeah, I'll turn it down to an 8. We'll see if that makes a difference. I'll keep the dialogue volume up. Hopefully that makes a difference. Oh boy. Upstairs. Private documents.
Keep going.
Garons of Ferelden, a genealogical history.
Why does the unnatural always smell so awful?
Begin the onslaught.
Alrighty. Let my health come back here for a minute. Take a rest. Woo. I don't want to waste a poultice if I can help it. Ooh, and I have stuff to spend, which is helpful. Bravery, which is awesome. That's what I was hoping for. Beautiful. Okay. Level up. I guess we could level Morgan up too. Let's get her willpower up. I need her... Get her combat prowess up. Arcane bolts seem cool. And then Alistair, let's give you some more constitution. And let's give you bravery. Good shit. Okay. Ah.
Have at you there!
So many. Moving along here. This is not bad. Vault. Oh man, would love to be able to lockpick that. They're still pretty loud, although...
I think we work well together.
They're definitely growly, that's for sure. Nothing in here that we can use. Ooh, book. Journal of the Tranquil. Some laugh at me. I no longer mind. Once upon a time, I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will, and while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, in sidelong glances of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened of magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. She told me of the Magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the Darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me all these things because, she said, the talent ran in our family's blood. And so it ran in mine. All my young life I had dreaded the thought, prayed to the Maker that I was not so cursed, but I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart, I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and danger. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into an abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower. My only defense should be a demon attempt to enslave me, but it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark and lonely place? Then my harrowing came at last, my final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the rite of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the Fade, and thus I would never dream, and no demon would ever touch me. But I would also be unable to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Now I serve in other ways. We Tranquil manage the archives. We run the tower, purchase the supplies, and maintain the accounts. Our condition also allows us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we're the ones who enchant the magical items. We're the merchants who sell these items to those in the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus, we Tranquil are vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they would be worse off without me. They may think me a failure, but there is no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Eden the Meek, Tranquil, of the Circle of Magi, Starkhaven, the Free Marches.
I'm off.
Come on.
Huh.
Stone Dragon Statuette and an injury kit. I've got a lot of gifts in my inventory that I'm going to have to get rid of. Alright, let's go find this kid. There he is.
Go away. She won't like you being here. She'll just try to hurt you.
Who are you talking about?
The scary lady who speaks to me in my dreams. She's quiet now, but she's never very far. I tried to stop her, but I can't. She said she'd help Father. I didn't think she'd hurt everyone. Honestly, I didn't.
I believe you, man. Do you know what she is, Connor?
She's a bad person. I heard her in my dreams, and then she was everywhere.
She's not a person, Connor. She's a demon.
Sometimes she's nice. She says she just wants to help me. But then she gets very mean. Demons are liars.
Do you have a name?
She won't tell me. She says names have power.
Yes, they do. Names provoke empathy and sympathy. In fact, if you talk to folks who work in labs where there are like mice or animals that need to have testing done on them, one of the directives often is to not name the animals, because as soon as you name an animal, it personalizes it. So when the demon says that names have power, it is very true. In fact, sometimes one of the ways that you can show that you have a degree of power interactionally is to occasionally, you don't overdo it, but is to occasionally say a person's name over the course of an interaction. See the way that it changes the vibes of your interactions. You'll notice a difference. So that demon's, I mean, these demons are smart, so it doesn't surprise me that she said that. But yeah, we name the demon all of a sudden. Also, I think a lot of times when you name demons, that's part of how you exorcise them, is to say their name. So that's probably another reason why the demon doesn't want its name out. You need to help your father.
She said that was why you were here. I want to help Father too. She knew I did. That's why she came to me.
Demon knows what she's doing right now too. She's letting Connor show up. I mean, this is really... If the demon shows herself, it's easier for me to objectify Connor and end his life. If the demon lets Connor's innocence out, lets him appear to be an innocent little boy, makes it harder for me to make this decision. That demon's in there, man. So even though I'm talking to Connor, I have made my decision. And we made our decision based on the known variables we had. It's very easy to bail out of a decision sometimes when people start pulling on your heartstrings, start getting you to question your boundaries. But this demon is puppeteering this entire thing. It knows what it's doing. It doesn't want me to kill Connor, because if I kill Connor, it's gone. And it loses control. So let him present as a boy, and then there's nothing maybe, just maybe, I'll back out. Afraid this has to end now, dude.
Is that why you're here? Are you going to kill me? She said you would. What's going to happen to me? When I'm dead?
Nobody knows for certain, Connor. Oh, boy. I don't know if he's religious. Your chantry says humans return to the Maker. Maybe that'll bring him some comfort. I don't know. Nobody knows for certain. It's kind of brutal. It's real, though. You know what? I'm telling this kid I'm going to kill him in cold blood. I'm going to be honest with him. Nobody knows for certain, man.
Oh. I heard the priest's songs about the Maker, but I don't know him at all. I wonder if he's nice. Is it going to hurt much?
I will make it quick.
At least no one will be hurt anymore. And maybe Father can be helped. That's all I wanted. Just do it then.
Need you to help me or I may not win.
I'll try. I don't know what to do, but I'll try.
You're very brave, Connor.
You'll never win! You'll never take him! He's mine!
Oh, wow. Desire Demon.
Turn back! Die! Poor weakling. Get you out of your misery. Oh, look!
Let us end this! I am your dad!
Performed as I expected.
Yes!
Alright, where's she at? There
It's
she
your
is.
time to die!
Oh man! Oh man! Ooh, Sten is gonna be in big trouble here. Unless I can aggro, but I don't know if I can. Okay, there we go. I gotta aggro here. I don't have any stamina to do it.
Too easy!
I'm off.
Yes, there we go.
Is that death you're wearing? It really suits you.
Stop! Stop! Don't hurt him! Please, have mercy on him. He's just a boy. He doesn't deserve this.
You would rather the demon keep your family hostage?
No, of course not. But this is my son's life. There must be another option. The Circle must know some spell, or we could bring him to the cathedral in Benerim. They could exorcise him. Make her help me. There must be some other way. Don't kill my baby. I'm begging you.
We have to do it. I'm sorry. Your kid even understood it. Your kid even understood what I was doing. We have to destroy the demon.
No, it doesn't have to be this way. I know what's at stake, but you can't tell me it's worth his life? What if he was your son? Surely you would move mountains to save him?
Please don't make this harder than it is. I get it. I understand. This is the most painful thing you're ever going to endure. I get it. I mean, the way she's responding here makes complete sense. I don't fault her for this at all. I completely understand where she's coming from. But again, remember, She is very myopic here. In fact, it's probably better that he's not my kid, because the fact that it is her kid is what has led to poor decisions as it relates to this. Like, literally this entire town is being traumatized every night by demons that are slaying other people's kids by tens of numbers because she allows the demon to perpetuate itself in her son. She's not the one that needs to make the call here. She needs an outsider to make the call here. Because yes, if it was my son, I don't think I could make the decision, but that's why you deferred to me. Because I need to make the decision. I'm more impartial here. So many people have died on account of this, so I understand why this is painful for you. This is painful for everybody. But I have to do this. This has to end now. This is really hard. Please don't make this harder.
You're just like Tegan, standing there grim-faced and telling me my son has to die. It doesn't have to be like this. I order you to stop!
It has to end.
No! Please! What have you done?
Did what I had to do. I get it. I understand. I'm not even frustrated. Like, I know there's like some frustration here. My frustration is that she's not able to engage with the wider meta on this, and I get it. She's gonna be... Here's the thing, is I can't take this personally at this point. This wasn't personal. I didn't do this as a personal affront to her. I didn't do this because I wanted to piss her off. If she wants to take it that way, I can't control that. But the most important thing for me here is to depersonalize her response to me. She could blame me for this all she wants. She could blame me for this. Fine. If I have to be the proxy for this, I can take that. Because this was the decision I made. To me, this was the right decision to make. If she needs to go to her deathbed blaming me for this, cool. But the fact of the matter is, she brought a blood mage in. I don't know if she knew it was a blood mage or not. It's super unfortunate if she didn't know that. But she brought a blood mage in. She went behind people's backs because she didn't want her son to get taken away because he was magical, like everybody else. So she was essentially using her privilege as a person in a position of power to give her kids special treatment. And then it led to this. She has a hand in this. It's going to be probably next to impossible for her to get there and take accountability for that. I can know that, and I can use that to depersonalize this. Yes, did I kill her kid? I sure did. I sure did. But I had to work with what I had. There were too many unknowns if I didn't do that. So if she wants to blame me for this, fine. At the end of the day, I made the decision. I got rid of the demon. We have to get the Arl back. My hope is that the Arl will understand the decision, may even respect the decision, may even be pissed off at Isolde for what she did in order to bring it to this place. I don't know how he's going to react. I don't even know if I'm going to bring him back alive. I had a demon. Demons causing problems. Demons wreaking havoc on a town that's filled with people who can help us fight the Blight. I have to do it. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, and I'm going to use this as just a quick moment to say I appreciate y'all being here. I know that was a tough decision. There might be people who don't even watch the rest of this playthrough because of that decision. I hope I've explained it as well as I could. This is what's beautiful about this game, is it forces really tough decisions in a really awesome way, and I love it. You see what it took for us to have to stick through that. There were 5 moments where we could have backed out of that, and it might have caused problems. That's why you stand by your principle. You stand by the variables you're working with. Because what ifs don't do much for us here. We got to work with what we got. I did what I had to do.
He was just a boy. He did, and I tried so hard to save him. And what am I left with? Nothing. I wonder just how long Eamon will survive, now that the demon cannot sustain him. Will I lose my whole family, do you think? Enough. I wish to mourn my son now. Give me that at least.
Oh, do we have to Viking funeral these people? Oh my goodness. Wow.
So it is over. Connor is dead, and the demon gone with him. With its creatures vanquished, the castle is back under our control. I thought I'd never see my brother again.
My son, your nephew, is dead. Do not forget that in your great relief, Tegan.
How could I, my lady? Eamon has much to mourn if he recuperates. There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
That sounds good to me, man. I'm fine with you not pawning that one off on me. You decide what to do. I'm totally fine with that. Tell the Jarl the truth. Let him make the call. I've made enough hard calls today. Thank you for the breather, Ban Tegan. I appreciate that, sir. Good God. It is a very tough decision, Creed. Oh, man. Do whatever you want with him. Yeah, I'm not making the call.
Very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
We're still on that, huh? By the way, can somebody look up, is Ban Tegan's voice actor the same guy who was the voice actor of the main dude in Eternal Darkness? Because he sounds very similar. The urn's a legend. Yeah, like, I don't know if we're ever going to find that. Like, are we really putting all our eggs in that basket?
That is a possibility. But there is a reason it's still an option. I am not simply grasping at straws.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Eamon fell ill, I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
Okay. The old guy, the main, like, when you play as that main woman between chapters, her, like, is it like her uncle or her grandfather or whatever his name is? I don't know. I could be wrong. He kind of narrates the book sometimes, too. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of his brother or some clue of the urn's location. Did you get anything? What will you be doing in the meantime?
I must organize Eamon's knights as they return, draft new soldiers, and prepare the army to fight. I shall hand Redcliffe back to Eamon when he awakens, and in a state where it can be of some use in the coming war. Truly, what other choice do I have?
Alright, I'll see if I can find it.
No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Alright. Codex updated. Connor Guerin. I feel like sleeping. But I guess I'm not. While most of the bands and Arls of Ferelden cart their children with them to the Landsmeet in the interest of eventually marrying them off, Connor has spent his entire life at Redcliffe. And it's hardly surprising. The child possessed the gift of magic. By law, he should have been taken to the Circle of Magi at the first sign, abdicating him his claim to Redcliffe. Instead, the boy was kept out of public view and his magic hushed up with disastrous results. All mages are beacons that attract the attention of Fade spirits. Because of this, they are trained and tested by the Circle to ensure that they can withstand attacks from malevolent Fade creatures that seek entry into the waking world. Untrained Connor drew the attention of a powerful demon that tore the veil asunder. To stop the demon's rampage, Connor was slain. There we go. So, yeah, thank you, Scott. I just realized that too. I gotta lean back. If I lean back, we're good. Arlessa Isolde. Let's see. I don't know if I read all of her. I think I did, but, well... The Arling of Redcliffe was a source of constant trouble for Emperor Reveal during the occupation. It was rumored that since each new report sent the Emperor into a fit of violent rage, his court had taken to poisoning messengers before they could deliver their accounts. Damn. Isolde's family was the 10th to be given the difficult task of governing Redcliffe, and since most of the previous Arls had either been murdered by their bands or beheaded by the Emperor, they did not approach the job with a great deal of enthusiasm. Isolde met Eamon, not realizing he was the rightful heir to her father's domain, and quickly became smitten with him for being part of the resistance. Never mind that it was her family he was resisting. Perhaps a bit too romantic for her own good, she insisted upon staying behind with Eamon even when the rest of her family was driven out. When her only son began to show signs of possessing magic, Isolde tried to cover it up, knowing that he would be taken from her by the Circle if found out. She hired an apostate mage to tutor him in secret, little knowing that her tutor was being paid to poison her husband. Eamon fell ill, and Connor, desperate, tried to use magic to save his father, magic that attracted the attention of a demon. Unable to stop the demon, Connor was slain by Mick. Corpse. To anyone who doubts the wickedness of blood magic, I say, with your own hands strike down the corpses of your own brothers who have fallen in battle to a Maleficar. Then we may discuss morality. Knight Commander Benedictus, in a letter to the Divine, 546 Exalted. The walking dead are not, as the superstitious are wont to believe, the living come back for revenge. They are rather corpses possessed by demons. The shambling corpse controlled by a demon of sloth causes its enemies to become weak and fatigued. Corpses are possessed by rage demons, go berserk, and simply wade into their opponents mindlessly. Devouring corpses are held by hunger demons and feed upon the living. The more powerful demons rarely deem to possess a dead host. Desire Demon. In all my studies, I must say that the most intriguing was my interview with the Desire Demon. That the creature was willing to speak with me was a sign that this was no mere monster, mindlessly driven by its nature, but rather a rational being, as interested in me as I was in it. It took a form that I would call female, though I had no doubt that it could appear otherwise. I wondered if it appeared as it did because I wanted it to, or because I expected it to. She, and indeed I, could only think of her as such now, smiled warmly at me and laughed a musical sound that seemed to thrill my old heart. So frightened was I of this creature's legendary abilities to twist the hearts of men, and so relieved was I when I looked across the table into her dark eyes. This was a fearsome creature of the Fade, but as I spoke with her, I slowly came to realize that this demon was merely as misunderstood as we mages are, ourselves. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Ravain, declared apostate in 920 Dragon. Of all the threats from beyond the veil, few are more insidious and deceptively deadly than the Desire Demon. In folklore, such demons are characterized as peddlers of lust, luring their prey into a sexual encounter only to be slain at the culmination. While a desire demon can indeed deal in pleasure, in truth they deal with any manner of desire that humans can possess, wealth, power, and beauty, to name a few. Far more intelligent than the bestial hunger and rage demons, and more ambitious than the demons of sloth, these dark spirits are among the most skilled at tempting mages into possession. Many who serve the whims of a desire demon never realize it. They are manipulated by illusions of deceit, if not outright mind control, although these demons are reluctant to resort to such crude measures. Instead, they seem to take great pleasure in corruption. The greater the deceit, the greater their victory. Only demons of pride prove more fearsome opponents when roused. Their abilities to affect the mind allow them to assume disguises and even alter the environment to their purposes, not to mention the great strength and speed they possess if they should have to resort to more physical means. Most often, a desire demon will attempt to bargain its way to freedom. If overpowered, many stories exist that depict mages defeating desire demons to the point where the wish can be wrestled from them. It should be noted that in such stories, the demon almost always gets the upper hand, even when the mage thinks his wish has been granted. Damn. Rage Demon. Encountered in the Fade, the true form of a rage demon is frightening sight. A thing of pure fire, its body seemingly made of amorphous lava, and its two eyes, two pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The abilities of such a demon center on the fire it generates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful of its kind are able to lash out with bolts of fire, and even firestorms that can affect entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than most other varieties. Their tactics are simple. Attack an enemy on sight with as much force as possible until it perishes. Some rage demons carry over their heat-based abilities into possessed hosts, but otherwise the true form is mostly seen outside of the Fade when it's specifically summoned by a mage to do his bidding. Revenant. An entire unit of men, all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection, but it appears that this is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his ranting's pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities were eerily similar to those our brothers at Marnus Pell encountered almost a century ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blade, and attacks so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. No, your perfection, what we have here is indeed a revenant, and nothing less. From a letter to Divine Amara III, 571 Exalted. A revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or of desire, making it amongst the most powerful possessed opponents that one can face. Many possess spells, but most are armed and armored and prefer the use of their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks but regenerate quickly, and commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them. Stay at range if possible and strike quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. We learning tonight, chat. We learning. Do we talk to Isolde? The only thing she's gonna see when she looks into my eyes is the man who killed her child.
The castle is restored, but my son is forever lost. You will forgive me if I do not leap for joy.
Indeed. I am very sorry that it had to come to that. Ooh, this is... Have you forgotten that you're partly responsible for this? I don't know how useful it would be to say this to her. She is in a position of power, and I don't know what kind of strings she can pull, and I'm in a tenuous position as a Grey Warden. So as tempting as it is to try to like hold her accountable and light her up, I think we just need to acknowledge it and say we're sorry it had to come to that and empathize with her. I love... You should learn to look on the bright side. I can't fathom telling a parent who just lost their child, you should learn to look on the bright side. Oh my god. I'm sorry it had to come to that.
I'm sorry too. Much of this was my fault. I do not hold you responsible for any of it. Go in peace and do what you must.
That's huge. Good for her. Damn. I wasn't expecting that. Never in a million years would I have ever expected that from her. But you know what? I appreciate it. You bet your sweet ass I'd be saying to her, I really appreciate that. Very kind of you. It's very diplomatic, very kind of her. I appreciate that she took some accountability there. Very cool. This place is dingy. Man, no windows. Poor guy. They don't even have the blankets on him. Poor guy's just got to lay there without any blankets on. Isolde, take whatever you were hoping to do for your child and put it into your husband, all right? Thank you. Oh, man. And the servant has to wipe... Oh. Slayed the kid right here, and she's got to clean it up. Ugh.
May God bless you, Grey Warden. You saved us all. You have.
I don't know about y'all, but like I can't sleep without a blanket on. Even if it's like a super thin blanket, I gotta have a blanket on. I don't care how hot it is in the room that I'm in. Like if I don't got a blanket, I feel like I'm just a sheet blown around in the breeze.
It will take years to sort out the castle properly, if we even get the chance.
Oh, we got time. What's up, man?
We owe you a great deal. The whole kingdom does, whether they know it or not.
I'm happy to have assisted. Very confusing castle. Damn, what's up, Ban Tegan? What's up, brother?
Return. Might you have news?
Nothing yet, no.
Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Loghain is no doubt angered Redcliffe has not been disabled. Good luck, my friend. I hope this continues to go well, for all our sakes.
Me too, man. Glad to know that you're kind of an ally for me.
Oh, it is sad. We defeat one evil only to have a greater one lying on the horizon. We must reassemble Redcliffe's army quickly.
Agreed, but look at your badass armor, dude. Like, I think you're gonna be alright. I'd love me some of that armor. Perth, what's up, man?
It is good you resolve this demon business. Now we must either revive the Arl or allow Ban Tegan to take his place.
I like that guy's voice. How do I get out of this place? Holy Christ. Courtyard. So I need to go back. Oh my god. This is a labyrinth of a castle. Whose kid do I have to sacrifice to find the exit in here? That might be my favorite thing I've read in chat. In this playthrough. Oh man. Oh Jesus, that was good. That was really good. Oh my god. Okay. Venture forth. Let's go to the caravan first, I think. Wait. We're at Redcliffe Castle, Redcliffe Village. Go to the current party campsite. Oh my god.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
What's up?
You killed Connor. You killed him. A little boy. How could you do that?
I didn't enjoy it, dude. Yeah, like you were there, you heard my thought process. I didn't enjoy it.
You could have let the Arlessa sacrifice herself. Lady Isolde is the one who started all of it, isn't she? Blood magic or no, if one of them had to die, it should have been her. This is the Arl's son we're talking about here. What do you think he'll say when we revive him?
He'll see that there were larger things at stake. He's a pretty reasonable guy. I understand Alistair's anger here. Remember, the Arl is Alistair's father figure. And so that kind of makes Connor the Arl's... Or it kind of makes Connor Alistair's brother, sort of. I can understand why Alistair's mad. Again, I made a difficult decision. I get it. He is likely empathizing with how difficult it would be for Arl Eamon to wake up and see that his son was taken from him. And maybe there's a part of Alistair that is empathizing with the fact that his own true father had his kid taken, basically. I mean, there's any number of things that can go into him empathizing with this. I mean, it's one thing when you're in the moment to make a really tough decision. It's another thing to actually follow through with it, right? Like, you sound all big and bad when you sit there and call the kid an abomination. But Alistair wasn't the one that had to make the call. I had to make the call, and I followed through with it, despite all of the emotion that was around that. So I think he probably just absorbed some of that, and he's frustrated. I get it. But you know that the Arl's a reasonable dude. You also heard Isolde say to me that she accepts responsibility for it and doesn't blame me, right? So I'd be more interested in, like, what's this about, Alistair? Like, I get that you're upset, but I gotta believe this goes beyond the death of the kid. I will tell you this, if I'm Alistair, I think one of the things that I might be worried about as it relates to having me as the leader of this group is, am I willing to put Alistair on the chopping block? Like, I literally just killed a kid to get rid of a demon. I'm sure Alistair is probably like, holy shit, like, what happens if I start turning into Darkspawn, or if I get bit by a vampire, or if I, God forbid, I get possessed by a demon, are you going to kill me too? And the answer is, yeah. Like, if I have to. I'm going to be honest with you at all times. Integrity is important to me. Like, yeah, I'll make the hard decision if I have to. That scares people sometimes. I don't know what it is that's got Alistair upset, but it's interesting that he's willing to bring this to me. I am of the mind that he will see that there were larger things at stake, and that's what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. And Isolde is going to back me up if I'm to believe what she said to me in the castle. He absolutely did say in the castle, though, that my guess is that BioWare didn't really expect many people to take this option. If I, like, take us out of the immersion for a second, like, my guess is that BioWare's like, dude, well, really? You're going to kill a kid? But, like, yeah, that's the best option you gave.
I just don't know how you could do it, how you could make that decision. I owe the Arl more than this.
I did the best I could, Alistair.
You're right. Of course you're right. I'm such an ass. I should know better than to second-guess you like this. Oh, why am I getting on your back about it? You did what you had to. It's just... all this death. Never mind. Let's just stop there before I do more than shove my foot in my mouth like an idiot.
He's stressed out about... Yeah, makes sense. We've been watching a lot of death. Also, praise be to the people who created the mod that quiets Dirk down. Could Alistair feel some responsibility since it's his family? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I would say that that's misplaced responsibility because I'm ultimately the one that made the decision. Alistair didn't make the decision. Alistair could have walked out and said, I'm not going to follow you. Like, if you do... He could have said, if you do this, I'm leaving the party. He didn't do that. Let's see what Sten thinks about it.
Yes.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
What do you mean about human wisdom?
Perhaps if humans sought wisdom beyond the walls of chantries, they might find it now and then.
Don't Kunari have places of worship?
Kunari do not worship.
And what do you know about wisdom? Ooh, I hate that these are confrontational. I want to be genuinely curious with Sten right now. What do you know about wisdom?
I know that it cannot be found unless sought. There is little point in pursuing this. We should move on. Very well.
Oh, I hate this. No, there's not. That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Thought you were standing. It's not what I meant.
It's what you asked.
I love it. I love it. See, oh man, he's not hard to interact with. Sten is literal. Cool. I now know that about him, right? Like, I can curb my interactions with him as a result. What I don't like about any of these is that it's basically telling Sten, you have to fit my mold. Not necessarily. I can reach out and work with him. It's not like he's unwilling to answer my questions. Good night, Victoria. You gonna answer my question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else? As you wish.
I like it. I love it.
Yes. Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
Good question. Oh god. They just don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did you do before? Well, what does affirmed mean?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
More to Liliana than had been apparent in Lothering. She spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin, and spy employed by the nobles of Val Royeaux at the elaborate games of intrigue. Yeah. You just want to let you know, Liliana, that you're going to be coming along with me now instead of Morgan. Because I need somebody who's a little more diplomatic and sensitive to the issues that are at hand.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
How do I give... I want to give Alistair his mother's note or whatever. Figure out how to do that. Alistair, my man, I would like to give you this. Where is it? Wait, where did it go? Wait, Morgan wants the Alistair doll? Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it.
What do you need?
Oops. Never mind. Wait, above the cake? Oh, Alistair's mother's amulet. Okay, there we go. How do I...
This.
Oh, here we go.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
Found it at Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Sorry, did you say something? No, I'm not gonna... I don't know. I feel like he might appreciate that. That's a pretty, like, vulnerable statement, though. Of course I remembered, man. No, I'll go with the sentimental here. Of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
It's easy to joke with him, but... Alright. Well, I say let's get a move on. I gotta figure out where I want to go now. I can knock some of these down. Travel to the trade route marked on your map and determine the fate of the border caravan. Just so much to do. So much to do. Thanks for being here, friends. Those of you that are here on YouTube, thanks for taking the time to watch this playthrough. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying playing it and bringing it to you. And those of you that are here on Twitch, thank you so much for being here live. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for the, if I've missed any subs or gifted subs or anything like that, thank you so much for those. Those of you that are members on YouTube by hitting the join button, thanks to you as well. And I appreciate just all the support, whether you listen to my music, if you purchase any merch or anything like that as well. Thank you. But more than anything else, thanks for being here and supporting my content. All right. Give me Alistair, yes. Liliana. I'm going to take Sten just for now. Yes. But... I think eventually Sten might also be kind of a... Go to the caravan. We have here... Generum? Oh,
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution. With your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
Jagenhagar.
An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
A man will assassinate the Grey Wardens.
Bad breath alert.
Oh, we got wolves. Yay.
There.
Okay. I think the reason...
Done.
Wait, did I really just pass out? Wait a minute.
All right.
just passed out is all.
Keep going.
Sten, we gotta level you up, man. All right. Get you some constitution. You're pretty strong. Poison making, herbalism, survival, trap making, stealing, combat tactics. That's probably what we'll go with here. And let's get you shattering blows. Okay.
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know about this place, or I simply have not discovered its secrets yet.
Okay.
What now?
We probably shouldn't walk over these traps, though. That's for sure.
Trap right ahead.
Yeah, I see it. Warning, wolves frequent this area. Oh, thank you. Caution, traps laid for wolves. Glad it didn't snag any of them. Wait, does Leliana have armor? That's a good question. Probably should get her... I don't know if she can hold chainmail, though. I don't think she's strong enough. Wearing armor causes fatigue. Yeah, I don't know that she's... Alright, here's the caravan. See what's going on. Darkspawn.
How
Damn, I'm getting my ass kicked. Holy cow, dude.
Yes.
Okay.
You forced our hand.
You asked for it.
Jeez.
All right.
Broken crate. Damn, these guys got ravaged.
Keep going.
Not really much of note here. I mean, I guess we got a little gold. Quick question, what does pre-verbal trauma look like? How does someone develop pre-verbal trauma? Cream Soda, you should ask me that on Discord, because there's a long answer to that. It's essentially trauma that a person experiences before they have words, before their brain has developed the use of language. So the most common way that presents is people will experience the sensation of trauma but don't have language to describe it with, and it's a very, very complicated form of trauma. But it varies depending on the trauma that person experienced. The Brazilian outskirts, the refugees. Let's go to the refugees.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Okie dokie. Is this an ambush? Sure hope not. Oh. Cool. Not bueno. The opposite of bueno.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Oh boy.
Let's wipe him out quickly.
Wow, these guys are powerful. Holy crap.
Battle season. Maker preserver.
Another point.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
Let's go. Oh, shit. Guys. Thanks for tanking that for me. Oh, I'm stuck in a trap. Oh, come on.
Alright, that's it! Try that again! Elbara! Alright, I'm game! Let's grab some glory! Too bad for you!
Step on that trap.
Come and get it!
Man, Loghain paid a lot of money for these guys too, eh? I wouldn't say they were worth the money. Just felt like a trap all the way. The elven assassin is wounded and unconscious but alive. You could tie him up and talk to him if you wish. Absolutely.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
Nope. I got questions.
Ah, so I'm to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Who hired you to kill us? Where is Dr. Evil hiding?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Loghain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Wow, this guy's willing to just sell Loghain out, huh? How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Why are you one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
I'll take that under advisement.
You seem like a bright lad. I'm sure you've other options.
I mean, you're loyal to Loghain?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
Now that you failed?
Oh, well, that's between Loghain and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
Between you and me?
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
Good point. When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Loghain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to seal again, then.
If you failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
Man, this guy's got some boldness in the face of, like, death. Good for him. What are the crows?
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Not for being good assassins.
Oh, fine. Is that what you Fereldans do? Mock your prisoners? Such cruelty.
Came all the way from Antiva.
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The crows get around, you see.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for silence.
I love this guy. I love this guy. You're at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm listening.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So let me serve you instead.
What's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
They come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
Why would I want your service?
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I also know a great many jokes. 12 massage techniques, 6 different card games. I do wonderful at parties, no?
What do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
I expect the same amount of loyalty from you.
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
This guy shoots straight. I like it. All right, you're in.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem
He's
like a good idea?
absolutely an asset. We could use him, man.
All right. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
Oh, we have all the
Welcome,
leverage.
Zevran. Having an Antivan crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
No. Don't you be hitting on the other people in the party, big dog.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
All right. Straight shooter. Don't be hitting on Liliana, though, man.
Oh, blast it.
Vashaden.
Yes.
Actually going to take him instead of Sten.
Indeed.
Yes.
She'll take Zevran.
Here I am.
Could I answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
Sure you did quite well.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
Fair enough. I like how Alistair disapproves me talking to him. What's the matter, Alistair? A letter. Friends of Red Jenny. The task was never promised to be easy. You said you could enter the Circle Tower and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Irving's office and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed, or be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Red Jenny. There's a sketched map of several doors. It requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. Interesting. All these supplies.
Keep going.
I'm glad we came over here. We got a new party member. Feels good. I have to say I quite like him. I respect his directness and his honesty about his actual like convictions and why he's doing what he's doing. You know, if he pulls some shit, we turn around and wipe his ass out. Oh, that wasn't even the refugee camp. We just got intercepted on the way to the refugee camp. Okay.
I sense some darkspawn.
Oh boy. Why is Sten so fabulous? Or is that me? Is that me going, I sense some darkspawn? Or is that Sten? That's Sten, like, Sten is fabulous. Darkspawn afoot. Let's get him. It sounds like Alistair.
Go, go!
This never goes like I planned.
That was nasty.
Keep going.
Good lord, that guy is an asshole. Hate this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna be strong enough to take him down with my entire party dead. We're gonna find out. I think we'll get this. As long as he doesn't throw another bath bomb at me.
All right.
That was less fun than I would have liked.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Oof, that guy chucking those bombs at me was nasty. Give me all the potions.
Good going. Good going.
Must be my voice. Ben, you alright, bud? Or Alistair?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, thank you, Maker. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Maker. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. That was brutal. You guys are lucky you survived. Okay, so caravan down. You dispatched the Darkspawn along the trade route, but the merchants of the border caravan were already dead. Return this to the Chantry board. Good. Go to the region marked on your map to determine the status of the conscripts of the company at East Hill. You have found 9 samples of corpse gall for the Chantry. Return to a Chanter's board and gather a total of 18 for an additional reward. You defeated the Darkspawn in the area and rescued the refugees. Report this success to the Chantry board. Alright, so we're going to go back to the Chantry board. Redcliffe, I think. Oh, again? Oh, we're taking the magic guy out first. This guy's gotta go. You have got to go.
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead. Back on it in then. Right ahead.
All right, nice game.
Okay.
Good going.
Did what we needed to do. It's like the Reapers when they keep intercepting. It is. Can't disarm the traps. That's fine. There is no reason to travel any further in this direction. Okay. Whatever you say, Dad. Alright, back at Redcliffe Village. Go see what these fine folks are up to since we left them. Now that I have a crow with me, I don't think that'll be too big of a deal. Sounds like a difficult decision to make, Spence.
Those stung with 100 arrows, those suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong, and he moved on.
Just give me the gold, thank you. Cool, got them all done. Love it. Let's talk to the Blackstone liaison.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Okay. Go to the region marked on your map to determine the status of the conscripts of the company at East Hill. Urn of Sacred Ashes. Find the urn. Redcliffe. Lost in the castle. The demon troubling the castle was defeated, but you were unable to locate Velena. She probably perished in the castle along with other servants while the demon still had control. Owen should be told of her fate. Oh, damn. I actually completely forgot to look for her. I started with mods, but I no longer have any mods on Solar aside from making the dog quieter.
What do you need?
Not to talk to you.
They told me you've been back to the castle, that everything's under control, but Velena still hasn't come back to me. Does that mean...
Sorry, man, I didn't find her.
I see. Well, I guess that about does it then. If you'll excuse me, I need some privacy. Come back later if you wish.
Understandable, man. I completely forgot to look for her. I promised him I would. Maybe she'll come back. I don't know. The castle's cool now, so maybe somebody will, maybe she'll be fine. I hope. Yes. Brutal. And oh, these are all DLC, so I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so I need to. All right, I want to do that side mission. That's what I want to do. Ban Tegan decided to keep him in the cell. I actually am curious what they're going to do with him. I hope there's a follow-up on that when I find the urn. I suppose I could go to the I could go to the castle and check. Let's go to the castle and check. Let's go see what he has to say. If he's down in there. I'm genuinely curious where that guy's head's at.
Move along, friend.
Got it.
Thank you.
Secret tunnel. What's up, man?
They're keeping me here until the Arl revives. If he revives. I suppose that's better than nothing.
Okay. It's true, she could have been one of the few dozen undead that we killed. Get out of here. Roll out. I would agree that even without mods, this game looks pretty good. I suppose we go to the outskirts? Maybe that's where those people are? Let me guess, we're gonna have a fight on the way there. Right on cue.
Trap right ahead.
Ramil, I played as a, I played as a dwarf when I played this back in 2010. I remember none of it though.
I never liked this part.
Yes.
You remember my first battle?
All right. I'm off.
Pass. Dokie.
All right.
Hold, outsider. You may be of my kind, but you are not Dalish. Why are you here?
Oh. I've got business with your leader.
And what business is that?
I will tell that to the keeper and to no one else.
Seeing as you are obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
I know, right, Sky? Totally weird. Oh boy.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see.
You'll listen to what I have to say until I'm finished, elf. Jeez. This might be dangerous to say I come representing the Grey Wardens. Maybe I'll ask him what issues he's got.
Answer my question first. If I agree with you, I will indulge your curiosity at length.
Okay, fair enough. I come representing the Grey Wardens.
You might have simply said so to begin with. Masiranus, Mithra. You may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zevran, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
My name's Mick. Nice to meet you, man.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Get them into some clean clothes, man.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Why did they attack you?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
There's no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us.
Damn.
I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
You said you could perhaps destroy the curse?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
Alright. Well, I'll find it for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Okay, I got some questions before I go.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
How do I find him? You got any advice for where I find the guy?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Okay. What's the curse that everybody's dealing with?
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
Are they all from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
Okay, so if I get bit, what happens? Will I become infected?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
Okay. How do you know if you've been infected by it?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
Fair enough. Do you know how this started?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish. Go on, then. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Okay. Witherfang is, according to the keeper Zevran, a wolf. He is no ordinary wolf, however. He is a wolf possessed by a powerful spirit and the source of the werewolf curse that plagues the Brazilian forest. While Witherfang is hundreds of years old and very powerful in his own right, the only way to end his curse is to cut out his heart and bring it to Zevran. Zevran. Ooh, we got lots of codex to read here. The crows send their regards. Between the Tevinter Imperium, Rivane, and the Free Marches sits the nation of Antiva. Although it possesses few resources of its own, Antiva's location makes it a center for the trade in the north, and the capital, Antiva City, is the wealthiest in the world. Antiva has virtually no army. The monarchy is too weak to support one. Most Antivans would be hard-pressed even to name the current king, as the true power lies in the hands of a dozen merchant princes, each with a personal army, and each locked in a constant struggle for power against all the others. Anyone would think, then, that Antiva would be a ripe target for invasion by one of her neighbors, but even the Qunari leave Antiva alone for one very good reason: the House of Crows. The most efficient, most feared, and most expensive guild of assassins in the world calls Antiva their home, and their reputation alone defends the borders. Zevran was the crow contacted by Loghain to assassinate Alistair and Mick. One failed attempt later, however, he found himself at the mercy of his would-be victims. They showed him unexpected mercy, and in return he swore to aid the Wardens on their quest to end the Blight. Keeper Zevran. Even with all of our magic and skill, we only delay the inevitable. It is said the elves lived in Ferelden long before any others set foot there, and though most of their knowledge has been lost, it falls to the keeper of each clan to preserve what they have. Zevran is an old, severe elf with little love for outsiders, but his clan is facing a more trying enemy than most. Ooh, Loghain. Loghain's supporters found themselves fighting with their neighbors who blamed Loghain for the death of the king, as well as those who simply wished to take advantage of the power vacuum. People are pissed at Loghain. That's good. Arl Rendon Howe. It appears there will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. The Arling of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeastern coast of Ferelden. The waking sea is known for its temper, and the storms that sweep in from the warmer northern waters are sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendon Howe. He was born during the occupation, and like many of the nobles at the time, joined Prince Merrick's rebels. He fought alongside young Bryce Cousland, future Terran of Highever, and Leonis Bryland, future Arl of South Reach, at the bloody Battle of White River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valor by King Merrick, Howe's abrasive manners have earned him almost universal dislike amongst his peers. Bummer for him, man. Silas, the Hearthkeeper. Silas, the Hearthkeeper, is seen as the sister of Andruil, the Huntress. While Andruil loved the run with the creatures of the wild, Silas preferred to stay by her home tree, occupying herself with the gentle arts and song. It is Silas who gave us fire and taught us how to use it. It is Silas who showed us how to heal with herbs and with magic, and how to ease the passage of infants into this world. And again, it is Silas who showed us how to spin the fibers of plants into thread and rope. We owe much to Silas, and that is why we sing to her when we kindle the fires and when we put them out. That is why we sprinkle our arivals with Silas's fragrant tree moss, and ask that she protect them and all within, as told by Gisheril, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish elves. Neat. We're going to learn about all sorts of cool stuff. We're going to learn about it later, because it is time for me to bid you all adieu. YouTube, thank you so much for taking the time to watch episode 7 as you have the 6 preceding this. I hope that you will join us for episode 8. Some pretty heavy stuff happened tonight. It was very intense. Lots of good stuff. I hope my analysis in some regard was helpful in certain points. I would love to see comments. If anybody, do you agree with my decision? Do you disagree with it? Is there anything you would add to it? Would love to hear your thoughts or anything else that you want to say about it. Make sure you leave a like on the way out. Make sure you follow me in all the links in the description, and especially Discord, because that's where I announce when things are going live. And check out my other videos on YouTube. If you're binging this, I'll see you in part 8. If you're not binging it, check out my other stuff in the meantime. But I really appreciate you all. Thank you for your support. See you on the next one.